Well, the bell has rung to start fourth period here at DH Conley High School, and that means it is time to get underway versus South Lenoir, the number one team in the state, taking on the Blue Devils here in the first game of the Easter tournament here at DH Conley High School at the Crossroads. Hello, everyone. Cole Martin. Alongside me is my dad, Charlie Martin. Thank you for tuning in today on this beautiful afternoon. A little rare that we have a mid-afternoon game here on the channel, but here we are on Good Friday talking about the Easter tournament. Conley is the designated away team for the afternoon, South Lenoir being that home team. Starting things off will be Harper Bradley. Big lineup shakeup, defensive lineup shakeup as well for the Vikings this afternoon. We'll tell you all about that when they take the field in the bottom of the first. One 0 is just outside 2-0. Two 0 is over the catcher's head. 3-0 on the mound for the Blue Devils today. Jade Sassnet, the junior, has 35 plate appearances on the hitting side of things, but is their main pitcher with a 3.59 ERA. Already has thrown the ball 10 times this year, and she will walk Harper Bradley to start the game.
Now batting number 7, Anna Rose.
So now it is Anna Rose, and it seemed like that might have hit her, and so now she will take first base, and Harper Bradley will move up to second. So it seems like we have already changed pitchers here in this game. Two batters in. Jade Sassnet will be subbed out. It'll be Kellen Swinson on the mound. Now we will take a short pause as the Vikings already have two base runners to start things versus South Lenoir. Welcome back. A very short day for the Blue Devils starter, Jade Sassnet. She doesn't collect any outs and gives up two base runners. It'll now be a three-hole hitter, Lena Zerfus, who is not playing catcher today, as she always has been. She's been terrific defensively, but today she is playing third base. Second pitch of that bat is lifted straight up in the air to center field, and the catch is made by Chloe Cole. Harper Bradley will tag up to third, and so will Rose to second base. That ball was lifted just up in the air, got just underneath it. Ball didn't quite carry out to deep center field. So here's the first baseman, Sarah Booth. Runners on second and third with one away in the inning. Jade Sassnet still responsible for those runners on second and third with whatever happens to them. That one's hit out in the left field. Sassnet is under it. Harper Bradley will tag. Good throw in, but is not in time as the Vikings score their first run of the ball game here in the top of the first.
Now batting number 8, Kendall Howard.
Definitely a well hit ball. Got it deep enough to go ahead and give the runner enough room to tag up.
Ball has seemed to die a little bit so far, going straight out to right field. First pitch to Kendall Howard is in the dirt, and Anna Rose will move up to third base. One already in the top of the first here Easter tournament, DH Conley versus South Lenoir. Next pitch to Howard is skied straight out into center field, and Chloe Cole makes the catch for out number 3. Vikings strike first here in the top of the first. We'll see how the defense lines up here in the bottom of the first. Welcome back. Bottom half of the first will show you how the Vikings look defensively. Lot of defensive lineup shakeup here this afternoon. Brooke Rose and her sister Anna Rose both playing the field today at short and left field respectively. Then the main one, Lena Zerf, is playing third base instead of catcher. Of course, Kendall Howard out on the mound. Rest of the infield lines up the same. Then Caitlin Mendel is the flex player out there in right field as Monica Jones will hit for her, and then Taylor Getzinger in center field. Mackenzie Herring in the box for the Blue Devils. She'll lead off this year. She is the main hitter, batting .528, 19 hits through 41 plate appearances, has a couple of home runs to her name, has 8 total extra base hits though. Howard already up 0-2 quickly on her, and she'll get her to swing and miss for out number 1 in the inning and strikeout number 1 on the day for Kendall Howard. Got a feeling we'll see a lot of that today.
Yeah, good chance. Won't be the last one we see.
17 strikeouts from Kendall Howard in her last outing in that 6-1 win over Pamlico County on Monday. She went the distance going 7 innings, and one thing I noticed on Max Preps, as that one's grounded to Booth at first, she boots it, and that one's going to go out into right field. So Jade Sassnet, who was the starting pitcher, gets on base.
Now batting number 7, Rylan Wade.
But as I was saying on Max Preps, they've gone ahead and taken Braylon Johnson off the list for pitching, as it seems like it is only really Kendall Howard from here on out, possibly. we'll see how that affects things, especially with the tournament going on this weekend. I have another game tonight versus Topsail, and then playing tomorrow as well.
Yeah, well, will be very interesting to see if they're going to expect Howard to throw 3 over 2 days like that.
First pitch to Rylan Wade is low for ball 1. Runner off first, 1 away. 1-0 is inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Two 0 to the Blue Devils catcher. She'll line that one down the first base line, but foul. Two 1. It's going to be fouled straight back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pretty warm day here at DH Conley. Got the umbrella going up here in what I like to call the booth. It's not really much of a booth. But as I already said, wind kind of blowing out to right field. Nice little breeze going to keep us cool. Here's the 2-2. She'll wave at that one and miss. Blew the express right by Wade for out number 2 in the inning. So here's the cleanup hitter, Carly Boone, playing first base today. This year batting .382, 14 RBIs through 11 games. First pitch that she sees will be upstairs for ball 1. She also has a couple of pitching appearances. 14 ERA doesn't really say a whole lot if you're only going 2 outings, but 1 inning pitch between those 2 appearances and 2 earned runs. Next pitch fouled straight back into the cage. Be 1-1.
Cole, what do you feel like Kendall Howard's go-to pitch is when she really needs something to happen?
Well, I could be wrong about this. Of course, it's a variation of a fastball, but I think she has a rise ball that she uses a lot, and I've seen it a lot where she locates at the top of the zone, and with the underhand angle with softball, it can fool a hitter pretty easy to see it go from low to high so fast. So runner on first, 2 away. Here's the 2-1. That one's just going to be inside. 3 balls and a strike. And Boone will take a second to step out of the batter's box. Three one. And that one is just going to find the zone for strike number 2. Seemed like Boone was ready to throw the bat away and head on over to first base, but just caught the inside portion of the plate.
Of course, South Lenoir would love to have 2 runners on and have somebody in scoring position right now.
And that's something that we haven't really seen a whole lot from Kendall Howard is base runners, and saw a few of those on Monday. 3-2 is lined straight back to Howard for out number 3. So the Blue Devils strand a runner here in the bottom of the first. Spikes up 1-0 after 1. Welcome back. Top half of the second inning. Brooke Rose will start things off for the Vikings. Batting in the sixth spot today, playing shortstop. Shortstop is typically Ava Gaddis' position on the field. Not sure where she is today, possibly saving her for rest purposes, as the Vikings have 2 more games this weekend with the Easter tournament. Typically see Brooke and Anna Rose in pinch running opportunities, always showcasing that speed on the base paths. 2-0 to her. She'll line that one right back up the middle for the first hit of the day for the Vikings. Nice piece of hitting to line that one straight back up the middle for a leadoff base knock.
Just over the right shoulder of the pitcher. Nothing she was really going to be able to do with it.
One thing me and Josh noticed on Monday was just how much of a hole there is between second base and shortstop in softball, and it seemed like Pamlico County left a big hole. A bunt is laid down by Getzinger. That one's going to be thrown over the first baseman. Rose will go from third, and no throw as Brooke Rose will score all the way from first to home. A really good bunt laid down there on the third base line by Getzinger, but a bad throw over there at third base by Filial. And the Vikings strike again.
Ball rolled right over to the fence in between the foul pole and first base and just kind of stuck right there, forcing the fielder all the way on the run to try to pick it up. Gave that extra time to help the runner get in.
Brooke Rose had an opportunity to stay at third. She kind of stuttered there, rounding the bag, but then decided to go home. So here's Ray Niddle, the freshman, playing Lena Zerfis' spot as catcher this afternoon. Runner on second for her. Still no outs in the inning, and a runner on second in the form of Taylor Getzinger. We've already seen one pitching change for the Blue Devils. Jade Sassnet only saw 2 batters and then got pulled. And it is Kellen Swinson on the mound now.
Quick discussion with the coaches, maybe just trying to change the signals a little bit with a runner on second, trying to make sure that there's nothing going on where you could steal a sign.
And it seems like the infield's playing in again, maybe expecting another bunt to be laid down, but now 3 balls and no strikes. We'll see if she gets the green light. Here's the 3-0, and that one is right down the middle. She'll take that one, 3 balls and a strike now. Three-one to Niddle, and that one's just going to be outside. And so runners on first and second now for Monica Jones.
Now batting number 9, Monica Jones.
Jones, the designated player this afternoon. Caitlin Mendel playing her spot in the field Monday. Jones was playing center field and still batting. We'll have a pinch runner over there on first, taking over for Rain Niddle. Can't quite see what number that is. I believe it possibly is Adrian Grace over there on first. First pitch to Jones is in there for a strike. Only 1 RBI on the season for Monica Jones through 6 plate appearances, and this would be a really good opportunity for her to maybe pick up another. Next pitch to her is floated over the catcher. Getzinger will move up to third. Grace will move up to second. Already 1 in on the inning. No outs. And it probably seems like the lineup will turn over in this inning. 1-1. That one's fouled straight back. Seemed like an off-speed pitch. Fooled Jones just a little bit. Got a piece of it, though. Next pitch, cut on and missed for strike number 3.
Now batting number 2, Harper Bradley.
So now 1 away in the inning. Lineup will turn back over for Harper Bradley. Her first time up drew a walk where she would eventually score on a sac fly. That one's popped straight up in the air. Lily Cole was underneath it, and she records the out.
Now batting number 7, Anna Rose.
So here's Anna Rose. Also got on base back in the first. The Vikings would really, really love to not strand 2 runners in scoring position here. First pitch to Rose is just up high for ball 1.
Feels like it's still going to take a minute for these hitters to adjust to the velocity of this Blue Devil pitcher.
A little bit slower. That one's floated down the first base line. That's going to drop fair into right field. And so Getzinger will score, and Adrian Grace will move up to third on the RBI single.
Now batting number 15, Lena Zerfin.
Runners on the corners now, 2 away, and here's the power hitter, Lena Zerfis. Leads the team in home runs this year with 3, also has 4 doubles through 35 plate appearances. First pitch to her is up high. The throw is down to Grace at third. She gets back in enough time as Rose takes second. Lena Zerfis with that 576 average. Was in the 400s last year as a junior. Now up in the 500s as a senior. Next pitch to her is crushed out into left field. Oh my goodness. And that one's going to carry a very long ways for a 3-run blast off the bat of Lena Zerfis.
That was a no-doubter as soon as it came off the bat.
It almost seemed like she just slightly got underneath it too, but she absolutely crushed it. And I'm looking at it now. I mean, it just barely stayed fair too, and that's a pretty far ways back behind the fence.
I mean, that was a good 30 to 40 feet of carry.
One thing that I have yet to ask Coach Deans is the field dimensions here at the softball field. I'm not totally sure what they would be. Nonetheless, an impressive 3-run blast off the bat of Zerfis, just as I was mentioning how much of a power hitter she is. And she delivers. And now 5 have already come across to score here in the top of the second. Sarah Booth back in the box now, first time up. Had that sac fly in the first inning to score Harper Bradley and get that first run of the ball game. 2-0 count to Booth. We'll see how Swinson responds after giving up that home run. 2-0 is lifted straight up in the air. Booth just got underneath it, and the play is made by Lily Cole as she arranges behind her into the outfield. But the Vikes strike for 5, and 3 come off the bat of Lena Zerfis. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Vikes up 6-0. Welcome back. Bottom half of the second. Kendall Howard still out there on the mound. Vikings strike for 5 in the top half of the second here on the first game of the Easter tournament. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Blue Devils in this inning. Lily Cole will start things off, and she will swing and miss at the first pitch from Howard. A couple of the other teams starting to file in at DH Conley High School here for the Easter tournament. Tonight, the Vikes will play Topsail. We will not be live for that game, but we'll be back live tomorrow for their 2 p.m. game as Cole fouls that into the mitt of Niddle. Howard up, no balls and 2 strikes quick in this at-bat. And she'll get her swinging. Already strikeout number 3 of the afternoon for Kendall Howard.
Now batting number 8, Jersey Sassnet.
So here's Jade Sassnet's sister, Jersey Sassnet, playing center field today. This year batting .269 as a sophomore. Has a couple of appearances on the mound as well. First pitch to her is in there for a strike. Saw a little bit of bullpen activity for the Vikings. Braylon Johnson, who has been the other pitcher this year for the Vikings. Only her and Kendall Howard have been getting the reps on the mound so far. We'll see if she comes into the ball game pending how many runs the Vikings put up today. Next pitch is up high but cut on and missed. What would you do? Would you pull Howard and put Johnson in maybe after this inning, maybe after the third?
That's what I was thinking. Maybe after the third. Love to see the Vikings put 1 or 2 more runs on the board, so you're working with a nice solid cushion.
Next pitch, cut on and missed for strike number 3 and out number 2 in the inning.
But when Kendall Howard gets in a rhythm like this, you almost hate to take her out when you get in a rhythm like that.
Yes.
But
on cruise control right now at the moment. 4 strikeouts through an inning and 2/3. Here's Lindsay Filial, the third baseman. First pitch will be just inside, and that will ruin the hopes of an immaculate inning. 2 away in the inning. Here's the 1-0. That one's cut on and missed. 1 ball and a strike to the 7-hole batter.
another rise ball right across the letters.
That's something that the Blue Devils hitters will have to adjust to, and if other teams are taking notes, they would definitely want to take note of that rise ball. That one's lifted straight back. And a ball and 2 strikes with 2 away to Filial. One, 2. That one's lifted straight back and out of play. This year, Filial batting .290 with 9 hits, a couple of extra base hits through 39 plate appearances. Also has a couple of appearances out on the mound. 5.92 ERA through 3 appearances.
Easter Pete has made an appearance out here.
Yes. Here's another 1-2 offering. That is up high, but cut on and missed for strike number 3. So Kendall Howard sets them down 1-2-3, all on strikes, and we will head to the top of the third. Vikes up 6-0. Welcome back. Top half of the third. Cole Martin, Charlie Martin on the call for you today. Thanks for joining us on such a beautiful afternoon here from the Crossroads. It'll be Kendall Howard now, the pitcher, stepping into the box. 5, 6, and 7 is also how it will go for the Vikings here in the top of the third. Howard, Brooke Rose, and then Taylor Getzinger. Already a ball and no strikes to Howard. Next pitch to her will find the inner portion of the plate for strike one. Here's the 1-1. That one's in the dirt. And roll all the way to the backstop. No runners on base, however, though. So 2 balls and a strike. Hitters count to Howard. She'll let that one pass through the zone. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two is lined down the left field line, but foul. Vikings put up 5 runs in the last inning, looking to do more damage here. Here's the 2-2. Off-speed pitch will be just outside, and the count will run full. This year at the plate, Kendall Howard batting a $179. Numbers a little down on the offensive end this year. The numbers definitely up on the defensive end, pitching wise. That one's popped straight up. That's going to go out of play down the third base line.
I think they'll take the trade-off.
Here's the payoff. That one's in the dirt for ball 4. And so a leadoff base runner in the form of Kendall Howard. 3 innings and 3 straight leadoff base runners for the Vikings. So here's Brooke Rose, her first time up. She led off the second inning with a base knock. Runner on first, no outs here in the third. First pitch to Rose is in there for a strike, throw down to first. And it seems like we have a pinch runner in the form of Reagan Stocks over there on first base. Here's the 0-1. That one's lined softly to shortstop. Cole will make the play, and Stocks will scurry back over to first base.
Now batting number 11, Taylor Getzinger.
Here's Taylor Getzinger, first time up, reached on a throwing error by the third baseman Filial, which allowed Brooke Rose to move all the way from first to home and score. That one's lined straight out into left field for a base hit. 1 out base knock for Taylor Getzinger, and she has reached base in both of her plate appearances.
Batting number 10, Rain Middle.
So here's the catcher, Rain Niddle. Drew walk back in the second inning. She's got a couple of runners on base with only one out in the inning. Niddle, as a freshman, already has 7 plate appearances. Make that 8. This would be her 8th one here. Next one to her is in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Just 1 RBI through those few plate appearances. We'll see if she can maybe get 1 or 2 more. That one's popped straight up in the air. Pitcher Swinson is underneath it and makes the play for out number 2.
Now batting number 9, Monica Jones.
Not a whole lot of contact through the bottom half of the order so far, being the second time through the order. And here's Monica Jones. She struck out swinging in the first. She bloops that one out into left. The catch will not be made. Stocks just gets stopped at third. She'll get back to third, but she gets tagged out by the third baseman, Phil Y'all. Wonky play from Riley Stocks as she thought she might have been able to go home. Hesitated at third, came back, and gets gunned down at third base for the third out of the inning. Vikstrand, a pair here in the top of the third, will head to the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third, getting ready to go underway here from Hollywood Crossroads. Kendall Howard will stay out there on the mound, keeping an eye on her as there are still 2 more games to be played this weekend in the Easter tournament. Wouldn't want her to fatigue early on. She'll face 8, 9, and 1 here in the home half of the third. First pitch to Kylie Weston is just inside for ball 1. This year as a sophomore, Kylie Weston batting .227, 5 hits, 5 RBIs, and a double through 32 plate appearances. She'll square to bunt. She'll pop that one straight back. No one can get to it in time, though.
Cole, it does look like Monica Jones has gone back out to the bullpen, do a little warm up.
Yes, she has. So no Braylon Johnson warming up this inning. Instead, Monica Jones. She has not made an appearance to my knowledge this year, but last year had multiple appearances in relief of Kendall Howard as a freshman. 1-1 is waved at for strike 2. Already 5 strikeouts in the game through 2 innings for Kendall Howard. Here's the 1-2. And she'll get her to swing and miss at that one for strike number 3. Make that 4 straight strikeouts for Kendall Howard. Now the 9 spot in the order, Chloe Cole playing center field today. This year batting .286 as a sophomore. That's 4 doubles. She'll lay down a bunt right back to Howard. She'll make the throw over to Bradley covering at first for out number 2.
Now batting number 4, Mackenzie Herring.
Cole,
Boy,
it was just fascinating last night. You reading off the statistics to me about
yes,
just how dominant Kendall Howard has
yes.
been this year.
This year, .29 ERA. I know in my pregame video I said .58. That's actually the team's total ERA, which is a .58. National average is just over 7, which is just incredible to think about how much of a difference that is. Kendall Howard, 9 appearances, 8-0 on the year, 114 strikeouts, 175 batters faced, which is just over 60% of the batters she has faced, she has struck out. And we saw that final total last year as a sophomore. She struck out 40% of the batters she faced, which is just incredible stuff. And just 2 earned runs through those 9 appearances up to this point. One of them being that solo home run back on Monday that she gave up against Pamlico County. So the lineup has turned over for Mackenzie Herring, the best hitter in the lineup statistically. She's already got 2 balls and a strike on her with 2 away. That one's fouled straight back. And 2 balls and 2 strikes. Already 6 strikeouts for Kendall Howard. Only 1 base runner given up to this point off of a fielding error by Sarah Booth over at first base, who actually is wearing 34 today, but typically wears 30. Here's the 2-2 offering. Cut on and missed for strike number 3. And that will end the inning as Kendall Howard picks up her 7th strikeout through 3 innings. We'll head to the 4th. Fourth inning, getting ready to get underway here from the Hollywood Crossroads. Vikings up 6-0 over the South Lenoir Blue Devils. 1 run scored in the first, 5 in the second, none in the third. Here is the leadoff batter, Harper Bradley. Swinson still out there on the mound here in the 4th. She'll face 1, 2, 3 here in the top of the 4th. Next pitch is lined straight down the third base line. They'll say it's a fair ball. I don't think Bradley realized. Now she's turning from first, and she'll make her way over to second for a leadoff double.
Looks like that ball might have just come off of the tip of the third baseman's glove.
I believe it did, and it seemed like it was going to be a fair ball anyway. Maybe just a slight mistake and pushed the ball around the bag, but still fair. So already a runner in scoring position, and that'll be Brooke Rose. 1 for 1 so far today. Had that single back in the second. First pitch to her is in there for a strike.
Throw over to second, not in time.
Here's the 0-1. That one's lifted straight up in the air. Cole will get underneath it and make the grab. Bradley thought about tagging for a second, maybe trying to fool Cole out there with the throw. But the first out of the inning is recorded. So here is the power bat, Lena Zerfis. Last time up, crushed that 3-run home run into left field. An absolute no-doubter. That was back in the second inning. She's got another runner on in scoring position. One 0. Off-speed pitch just below the knees. And it'll be 2 balls and no strikes. Two is taken just low again. And 3 balls and no strikes. Considering that home run back in the second, we'll see if she gets the green light here. What do you think? You think she'll get the green light?
I think she's going to be sitting with the bat on her shoulder the whole way.
And she will. And that one's going to be in at the knees for a strike. One thing that I've noticed so far with my time commentating softball is the home plate umpire is very slow to make his call, and it can be a little tough on me out here in left field to make the decision. That one's fouled off to the right side. The count will run full.
Let's see if this pitcher's willing to dare one across the strike zone.
Pay off the surface, and she will leave that one off the plate for ball 4.
Now batting number 34, Sarah Booth.
Here's Sarah Booth, 0 for 1 so far today. A couple of flyouts, but one of them was a sacrifice fly, scoring Harper Bradley back in the first inning. Couple runners on, one away in the inning. That one's lined straight back up the middle. Harper's being waved home. Zerfis is being waved to third. She'll slide, and she is safe. Harper Bradley comes across to score on the RBI single off the bat of Sarah Booth. Make that 2 RBIs already on the day for her. And the Vikes are up 7-0 here in the fourth. And here's the 5-hole batter, Kendall Howard. 0 for 1 so far today. Fly out to center field, but drew a walk in the third inning to get things started. That one's lined straight out into left field. Zerfis will come home and score with ease. Booth will move up to second. And the party keeps on rolling here for the Vikings offense, up 8-0 now.
Yeah, now completing this second full rotation through the lineup after this pitching change, you can tell the hitters are being more patient, waiting for the ball to enter the zone, and then turning on it hard.
So runners on first and second. It'll be Brooke Rose now playing shortstop today in place of Ava Gaddis. 1 for 2 so far. First pitch to her is in there for a strike. Had a single to start things off in the big second inning, and then a pop-up to shortstop in the third. That one's grounded to Phil Y'all at third, and she will hold the throw. She'll step on the bag at third, however, to record the out. Heads up play there by Phil Y'all at third base. Just go ahead and get the force and did not risk the throw down to first. Here's Taylor Getzinger, had a really good piece of hitting in the last inning to hit that single into left field. That one's popped straight up in the air into left center field gap. Chloe Cole was underneath it for out number 3. Vikings strand a pair of runners again, but score two in the fourth. We'll head to the home half of the inning. Welcome back, home half of the fourth inning. Here from the crossroads, we will see a pitching change as Kendall Howard's day is done, possibly trying to preserve her for the next two games of the weekend for the Easter tournament. 3 innings, no hits, no runs, no walks at all, just one base runner off of the error back in the first inning, and then 7 strikeouts through those 3 innings. So near perfect for Kendall Howard. And it'll now be Braylon Johnson on the mound, the freshman. 5 appearances so far for her this season, and she's done really well, only with a 1.91 ERA, 14 strikeouts through those 5 innings, 13 hits given up, 3 earned runs through 11 innings of work. So Johnson facing 2-3-4 here in the fourth. Jade Sassnet, who started the game on the mound, but got moved after the first two hitters in the Conley lineup reached base. Her first time up reached on that error caused by Sarah Booth at first. We'll see assistant Coach Whitehead come out to the mound to have a chat with the freshman. Already a 3-0 count to Sassnet.
All three pitches high. Struggling a little bit to find the zone here right out of the gate, but that's where good coaching comes into play. Should probably talk her down and see if she can find a rhythm.
First of 3 games being hosted here at DH Conley High School today. Have another matchup coming up at 4 after this. Then the Vikings will take the field again. That one's well up high over Niddle's head. And so Sassnet will reach on the walk. For Conley playing against Topsail tonight. And then they have another game tomorrow to finish out the tournament this weekend. Seems like we have some more bullpen action over there. So Rylan Wade in the box now. First pitch to her is up high for a ball. 5 straight balls to start Johnson's outing. We'll see if she can settle in a little bit here. 1-0 is keyholed for a strike. But how about 24 strikeouts through 2 outings?
Wow.
For Kendall Howard, all of that through 10 innings of work. Just doing the math myself here. 3 hits given up through those 2 outings. Only 1 earned run. And she is slated to get another W if the result holds here. Runner on first, no outs. Here's the 2-1 to Wade. That one's floated out into center field. Getzinger will hold up just a second and gather and collect and throw the ball in to Rose. So a base knock for Rylan Wade after striking out in the first inning. She's 1 for 2 now. Runners on first and second for the cleanup hitter. Carly Boone had that soft line out to Kendall Howard to end the first inning. First pitch from Johnson is in there for a strike. The 1 is up high, 1 ball and a strike now. One is left off the plate. Count will run to 2-1. Vikings offense kind of struggled back on Monday, getting those 6 runs. Still got the win, but a couple of soft contact outs in that game, but a much better game so far today through 4 innings for them. 1 run back in the first, in the big second inning, scoring 5, no runs in the third, and then 2 runs recently in the top half of the fourth. 3 balls and 1 strike to Boone. And that one's going to find the zone for a strike, and the count will run full.
Cole, it feels like the breeze has slowed down a little bit out here.
It has, yes.
Getting just a little on the other side of warm.
Here's the payoff. She'll ground that one through the hole into left field. The throw will come home from Rose. What a throw! Guns the runner down at the plate. The throw over to third. Gets her just safe at third. It almost seemed like the runner at third was out. Rylan Wade. Jade Sastet came home, but what a throw in left field by Anna Rose to get the runner out at home.
Just an absolute laser.
So still a base hit for Carly Boone regardless. She moved up to second after the series of throws between home and third base. Rylan Wade still standing on third base now. Now 1 out in the inning. Lena Zerfus over there at third, creeping in just a little bit. 1-0. Will find the zone, yes. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just another example of I can't quite tell if he's calling it a strike or not. It's kind of delayed. One is up high. 2 balls and a strike. Have 2 arms warming up in the Vikings pen. As soon as I get a good look at who it is, I will do my best to tell you. Here's the 2-1. That one will be in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike now. In danger of walking the bases loaded is Johnson. Three one is up high, and the bases will now be loaded for Jersey Sassnet. Just one out in the inning. All the Blue Devils need is a ball into the outfield, maybe even into the outfield. Just knowing the arms on the outfielders out here after seeing that throw from Anna Rose. Not sure if anyone would really want to run on any of them. That one's lifted straight out into center field. Getzinger will make the catch. She'll fire home. And the throw is just off the mark. And so the Blue Devils will score their first run of the ball game off of a sac fly off the bat of Jersey Sassnet. Good job by Braylon Johnson, looking just to make that ball up in the air, nothing on the ground. Only scoring 1 run there, and now 2 outs in the inning with runners on first and second. First pitch to Filial is in there for a strike, her first time up. Struck out swinging to end that 1-2-3 second inning. Oh, 1 is up high. Be 1-1. Seemed like maybe Monica Jones warming up again as she'll come back down. I'd imagine if they were to pull Braylon Johnson, we would probably see her in the 5th. That one's popped straight up in the air out into left field. Rose is underneath it, and she will make the play for out number 3. South Lenoir gets 1 run in the inning, but Strand 2. Vikes up 8-1. We'll head to the 5th. Welcome back. Top half of the 5th inning here at DH Conley High School. It'll be Rain Niddle leading things off. 8-9-1 due up for the Vikings. This is typically where I mention the other school and their alumni and state championships, but Conley is the designated away team. South Lenoir does not have any state championships, and there were no really notable alumni that I could particularly find online. But I will use this opportunity to shout out the Lady Vikings lacrosse team picking up their first win of the season over Hunt by a score of 14-8, I believe.
14-9.
14-9, thank you.
County.
So shout out to the Lady Vikings. I know that the guys lacrosse team also picked up their first win maybe a week or 2 ago against John Paul II. They'll face them again this season. Niddle will pop it straight up to Cole, and she will make the play for out number 1. But a lot of success and a lot of excitement between all of the Conley Spring sports teams. Of course, we have baseball and softball. Both of them are the number 1 teams in the state, respectively, in their sports. Track is having a good start to the season. Soccer is doing well. Also, not to mention, the tennis team is 7-0 as they are number 1 in the conference. They took down Rose and South Central already, and South Central always has a really good squad tennis-wise, as they have one of the top players in the state on their squad. So we will see how the rest of the season rolls out for the Vikings tennis squad. So here's the designated player, Monica Jones. 1 for 2 so far, struck out in the second, and then a single in the third. Here's the 2-0. She'll check her swing. I think it was a strike regardless. No appeal down. It'll be 2 balls and a strike. Two one is in there for a strike. Some of the Vikings fans letting the home plate umpire here just a little bit here. Next offering is lifted straight out into left field. That's carrying very well, and that one's going to land on the track and hit the wall. Monica Jones is into second, standing up for a 1-out double.
Ball landed right on the edge of the outfield in the warning track.
And how about that? Right as Monica Jones picks up her first double of the year, we get Chick-fil-A sandwiches in the concession stands. So the lineup will turn over. This is the 4th time through the lineup, and it is only the 5th inning. It'll be Harper Bradley. That one's in the dirt. Monica Jones will make her way over to third. No throw down as she is upstanding. Bradley 1 for 2 so far today. Started things off with the walk in the first. Pop out to shortstop, and then a double in the 4th inning. A really good hitting effort today for the Vikes. 9 hits through 4 and a third innings. That one's floated out into center field. And so Monica Jones will come home on the 1-out RBI single off the bat of Harper Bradley. I tell you what, the sun may be shining, but it is pouring runs so far here through not quite 5 innings for the Vikings offense. Hits on hits, 10 hits so far in the game. That's something that I've noticed a couple times is when the Vikings score a good amount of runs, there aren't a whole lot of hits to accompany it. And that one's lined out into left field by Anna Rose. Harper Bradley will throw on the brakes at second base, and the Vikings will play station to station. Here's Lena Zerfus, 1 for 2 today, a walk in the 4th inning, a fly out to center field in the first. But the big fly in the 2nd inning, the 3-run home run to deep left field in the 2nd inning. Part of that 5-run second. First pitch to her is in the dirt. Throw down to second. Not in time. I'm not even sure if Bradley realized it was a throw down in the first base. She kind of moseyed her way back to the second base bag. Infield playing slightly in right now. Second baseman Herring is playing back just a little bit. That one's lined straight out into the left center field gap. That one's going to go all the way to the wall. Bradley is going to score. Rose is into third, and a stand-up double for Lena Zerfus.
What an outstanding day for Zerfus.
Make it 4 RBIs already on the day through 4 plate appearances, only 3 at-bats considering that walk in the fourth inning for Lena Zerfus. Two across already in the inning. One out. Runners on second and third for Sarah Booth. That one's going to get away from the catcher. Rose will score with ease to make it 11-1, and Lena Zerfus will move up to third. So a wild pitch from Swinson. She's still in the game into her fifth inning of work after Sassnet couldn't even pick up an out in the first inning. The Vikings have now met the mercy rule threshold if they were to get 3 outs in the bottom half of the fifth inning. We'll see if they keep pouring it on with still a runner in scoring position. 1 out in the fifth inning. Next pitch is blooped out into left field. Cole will make the grab as she ranged over to her right for the second out of the inning.
Now batting number 14, Madison Anderson.
So now we will see a pinch hitter, Madison Anderson, checking into the game in place of Kendall Howard, which would be Braylon Johnson's spot. She'll square to bunt. That'll go foul. So it seems like Madison Anderson will be the one to pitch in the bottom of the fifth, considering that she is subbing in for Braylon Johnson in the 5 spot. To my knowledge, this is her first plate appearance of the season as a sophomore. And coming out of the left-handed batter's box, it almost kind of seems like she has that like slide step to her.
She's looking for that running bunt. She
Yes.
just try to pop it down the third baseline.
One. That one's going to be grounded to third. What an effort by Filial at third. She'll make the throw over to Boone at first. And that was actually Braylon Johnson. A mistake by the PA announcer here, saying that was Anderson. But nonetheless, the Vikings strike 3 different times in the fifth inning. And this would be the last call for the Blue Devils here in the bottom of the fifth. Welcome back, home half of the fifth inning. South Lenoir, the designated home team in today's matchup. First game of the weekend for the Easter tournament here from D.H. Conley High School. 11-1 is the score. A 10-run mercy rule would be in effect if the Vikings got 3 outs in this inning. Braylon Johnson looking to get a second inning in relief here of Kendall Howard. Johnson back to work. That one will be inside to Filial. Actually, that is Weston at the plate. Kylie Weston 0 for 1 so far today with a strikeout in the third. That one's crushed out into left field. Rose makes the grab. What a day Anna Rose is having defensively out here in left field.
Ball had just a little bit extra carry on it, and she still got a glove out for the catch.
That one kind of seemed to carry well off the bat. Rose just kind of kept backing up, left up for the grab and the first out of the inning. So here's Chloe Cole. That one's in there for a strike. Her first time up. Grounded out to Kendall Howard. It's crazy to think that this is just the second time through the lineup for the Blue Devils, as we will get to a third time through to Mackenzie Herring. That one's up high, 1-1. One is lifted straight back into the cage for strike two. Taking a look at Braylon Johnson's mask out there on the mound, and I have my sunglasses on right now, but it seems like she has a pink mask. Kind of stylish. I like it.
Does.
Here's the 1-2. Just inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cole.
Johnson's doing a much better job of getting her pitches down this inning. Seems to be in a little bit better rhythm. Velocity looks a little better than from last inning as well.
2-2 is fouled straight back. And Chloe Cole battling here at the plate against Braylon Johnson. Good stats for her so far as a sophomore through 33 plate appearances, batting .286. 4 doubles for her. 2-2 offering is waved at for strike number 3. Kind of seemed like an off-speed pitch there to fool the batter. And now the Blue Devils are down to their last opportunity in the form of Mackenzie Herring. If you want someone to keep the game alive for you, it's definitely Mackenzie Herring.
She would appear to be the offensive engine for the Blue Devils for sure.
Statistically the best on the team, batting .528 as a senior, 10 RBIs, 3 doubles, 2 triples, and 2 home runs for her. But so far today, shut down at the plate 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts swinging. 1-0 is crushed down the left field line. That one's going to go foul. And man, she smoked that one. Turned on that one in a heartbeat.
Right there.
You'll take him any way you can get him, I guess. Two away in the inning. Here's the 1-1. That one's lined out into left center field gap. That one's going to roll all the way to the wall. Getzinger's up with it. Herring's going to coast in to second with a stand-up 2-out double.
You could tell the way that she turned on that foul ball. She's seen the ball really well out of the pitcher's hand. I'm not surprised that she hit the gap so well there on that next swing.
It was only a matter of time before she found her way onto base. Better late than never for the Blue Devils. Still 2 away. That one's up high, as I believe that is Kellen Swinson at the plate. Runner on second in scoring position. Here's the 1-0. That one's up high again. It'll be 2 balls and no strikes. It almost feels like she should probably be trying to fill up the zone, even with a runner on second. You have a very large lead, but also I think at the same time you don't want to give up a run and have to play another inning.
Yeah, very true. But you also have an outstanding defense ready to back you up. It's okay if a ball comes into play here.
Let's foul straight back, 2 balls and a strike. But yes, we have seen a couple of very sound defensive efforts, especially here in left field by Anna Rose. Really good throw to cut down the runner at the plate back in the 4th inning, and then a really good grab here to start things off in the 5th. 2-1 is up high. It'll be 3 balls and a strike. Here's a 3-1. And she will locate that on the outside part of the plate. The count will run full, and the Blue Devils are down to their final strike.
You're right, Cole. We're waiting for the batter to tell us whether or not it's a ball or a strike as opposed to the umpire.
Here's the payoff. That one's lifted straight up in the air. Bradley will range back, and it is Monica Jones making the play in right field. What an effort.
Wow.
And that is going to do things here from the Crossroads. What an ending to the game. Vikes win 11-1 versus South Lenoir in the first game of the Easter tournament. Stay right where you're at. Do not go anywhere. We will have a box score and a post-game analysis after this. All right, guys, welcome back. Big time dub for the Vikes. 11-1 is the final score off of a mercy rule. Yet another mercy rule for the Vikes. How about it? Kendall Howard was just dominant on the mound, even through 3 innings.
Electric, just electric. So many swings and misses. Just really making it hard for the batters to try to locate that ball.
Yes. And so she went 3 innings, 7 strikeouts. So she is at 24 strikeouts through 2 games, and that is through 10 innings of work. No hits, no runs for her. Then Braylon Johnson with the 2 innings of relief for her as she picks up 1 earned run, 1 strikeout, 2 walks for her. On the other side, pitching wise, Jade Sassnett started things off, gave up those 2 base runners, but then was pulled immediately. Didn't even get a walk. That was very odd.
Yes, very quick hook from the coaching staff there, and they didn't waste any time with it.
And so we saw Kellen Swinson get those 5 innings of relief, getting 12 hits, 11 runs. All of those were earned. Only 1 strikeout from the entire Vikings lineup today, so very good for them contact-wise. And then 3 walks throughout the lineup, sprinkled throughout. Offensively, I mean, where do I even start? 12 hits, 11 runs. 3-run home run I think is where I'm going to start
That moonshot was
from Lena
incredible.
Zerfus. I mean, she absolutely sent that ball over to our right, well past the left field fence. And so she had a 4 RBI day as she went 2 for 3, had that fly out in the first and the 3-run home run in the second, followed up by a walk in the fourth and a double to score a run in the fifth. A couple other base hits sprinkled throughout the lineup. A 2-hit day for Harper Bradley as she went 2 for 3. She had a double herself. 2-hit day for Anna Rose. I mean, she had a great day at the plate and in the field as she made a really good effort to cut down the runner at home in the 4th inning, which would have made the ball game 11-2, but instead 11-1. She made the throw in from left field all the way home to strike her down, and then a really good catch there for the first out of the inning in the 5th. Sarah Booth with a hit today, as well as Braylon Johnson picking up a hit. Then we saw Brooke Rose also. Taylor Getzinger got on the board today with a really good base knock into left field. Very sharp base hit, I will say. Really good exit velocity there. From there, Rain Niddle went 0 for 2, drew a walk, however. Monica Jones with a 2-hit day, went 2 for 3, struck out to start her day, but then a single and a double to close things out. Final box score, Conley 11, South Lenoir 1, 12 hits to 3 hits in favor of the Vikings. 1 error for the Vikes, no errors for the Blue Devils. 6 left on base for Conley and 4 left on base for South Lenoir. That is going to do things. A nice Mercy Rule win. The Vikings will wait until 6 o'clock as they will take on Topsail. We will not be live for that game. We will be live tomorrow as they play at 2 o'clock, and I believe I can't remember who that is against now. I'll have to find out. We'll be live tomorrow at 2 nonetheless. But 11-1 is the final for Cole Martin, Charlie Martin. Thank you all for tuning in. Go Vikes. What a beautiful Good Friday we had. And God bless to you all.